God morning. Let's begin. Drawing in that deep, holy breath into your holy self, powered by the holy presence of Source. Breathe down into the diaphragm. We breathe. Breathe and allow. Breathe and center in the one. Breathe and clear the mind. Breathe and remember. Remember yourself, remember. We open. We open to the wisdom of Source, and we are willing. No longer resistant, we're willing. We know we are here to change the world. We know we are here to be epic representations and demonstrations of Source. We welcome the ancestors, spirit guides, angels, and we are so still on the inside and in the body temple that we can intuit and sense the presence of those who have come to help us. Sense their presence now. These are the subtle energies. Tune in, attune. Hear the voice of your ancestors now. What are they saying? Are they assuring you that they are here to help you? Are they applauding you and what you've done, who you are? Are they giving you loving hugs to keep going? Are they giving you words of wisdom on how to move, what to do, with whom? Are they giving you correction so that we can course correct. Attune now to the ancestors. Attune to the angels, especially your birth angel. Angels, more than one birth angel, attune. Now attune to the archangels, ever in the presence of the Almighty. Feel that you are not alone, that the love of God is within you now, and the peace of God guards your mind as you walk in gratitude. And now we open our eyes on this blessed day that we got to arise and we're healthy and we're happy and we're connected and we're in love with the universe. And we're fulfilled and we're inspired and we give thanks, appreciation. Remember your deep breathing all day today. And we open our eyes. Yes. 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 Here we are. Yes. We're doing it. Day 197. Of 365. Let's dive in. This is A Course in Miracles. You can read along with us in the Blue Book, or you can go to ACIM.org. If you're brand new here, we have so many new peeps that we've met throughout this incredible journey. If you're new here, we're here every single morning at 7 a.m. for enlightenment, for ascension, for freedom, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Freedom. We do this on 4 platforms every morning: Valerie Love YouTube channel, and the Christian Witches YouTube channel, and the Reverend Valerie Love Facebook fan page, and the Christian Witches Club on Clubhouse. Lesson 197. All the links are below the vid for you in the description. All the links are below for you in the description, including incredible playlists from the channel, specified and curated for you, including books I recommend. The description is a treasure trove of resources. It can be but my gratitude I earned yesterday. Lesson 196 told us it can be but myself I crucify. We don't crucify other people. We only crucify ourselves. And today we are learning it can be but my gratitude I earned. Here is the second step we take to free your mind from the belief in outside force pitted against your own. Again, here is the second step. The first step was to come to an understanding that every attack I have ever launched, every magical or baneful act I've thrown at somebody else, throwing hands, every threat I have perceived, every attack I have ever made has been an attack upon myself. And if I am perceiving threats, it is because I have not yet recognized who I am and I refuse to recognize that I've been given everything. There are no outside threats. Nothing outside of us can hurt us in any way. Now, this sounds like a very strange idea. And like all of the Course ideas, we don't argue with the idea. We don't have to believe the idea. We don't have to agree with the idea. Go to day 1, where we thoroughly went through the introduction to the Course. And it said that on the days that we are receiving one idea, then we practice that idea throughout the day. And on other days, we will review the ideas. That's all. We get an idea, we deepen into the idea, and then we review the ideas after several days so that we can integrate the ideas. You're not asked to believe the ideas. You're not asked to agree with the ideas. You're not asked to say, judge the ideas. You are simply asked to practice the ideas and see what happens in your life. You make it scientific. So, beloved, yesterday we talked about nothing outside of you can hurt you. All the hurt that ever came to you came from inside your mind. My mind has an inner murderer. We talked about the inner murderer. Go to lesson 196 if you didn't hear that one, because 196 and 197 are closely correlated. 196 is one step and 197 is the second step. Two sides to the same coin. We're freeing the mind. We're freeing the mind of the fear that something outside can come and get you. We saw that 2020 and 2021, there were billions of people gripped with the idea that the Course, in lesson 196, the Course clearly laid out why 2020 and 2021 unfolded as it did. It clearly laid out the entire thing and the release, the solution, the answer. So today, we're going to take the second step to do what? To free our minds from the belief in outside force pitted against your own. Today is the day we drop all belief, all energy investment in againstness. Something's against me. Christians against Muslims, this against that against that, these people against these people. Today, we drop all ideas of againstness. You make attempts at kindness and forgiveness, yet you turn them to attack again, unless you find external gratitude and lavish thanks. Wow. We are only stabbing at attempts for kindness and forgiveness. But then we go back to attack unless we find someone outside of ourselves who's willing to lavish us with thanks and give us external gratitude. We're looking for that. Your gifts must be received with honor lest they be withdrawn. And if you give something to someone, if they don't appreciate it, well, you're going to take back, give me my gift back. And so you think God's gifts are loans at best, because that's what we do. We give it and then we take it. We give and then we want some kind of lavish thanks from the outside. We want to find external gratitude. And so you think God's gifts are loans too, because that's what we're doing. At best, they're loans. At worst, they're deceptions which would cheat you of defenses to ensure that when he strikes, he will not fail to kill. We think forgiveness is, oh, you're just telling me to forgive so you can make me vulnerable. And that way people can really come in and kill me. I see what's going on. You think I'm going to be kind so people can come and just run all over me? No, I'm not going to be kind. That's what the lower mind has as an argument. It's a bad lawyer, yet it does have that as an argument. How easily are God and guilt confused by those who know not what their thoughts can do? We still don't know what our thoughts can do. We still don't know that our mind is running the whole show. We still don't know that every attack came from within our minds. And we still don't know that we cannot be hurt by anything other than our own mind, our own thoughts. Deny your strength, and weakness must become salvation to you. If you deny your strength, you'll applaud, I got to get a gun, I got to get locks. That's going to be my salvation. Then that means that weakness is being celebrated. Weakness becomes the salvation, because what are we so ferociously protecting? A puny body. That, yeah, someone can stab. Do not fear the body, those who can kill the body and cannot destroy the soul. See yourself as bound, and bars become your home. In the mind, if we have enslavement in the mind, bars will be on our homes, locks, chains, and we locked ourselves into the prison. Nor will you leave the prison house or claim your strength until guilt and salvation are not seen as one, and freedom and salvation are perceived as joined, with strength beside them to be sought and claimed and found and fully recognized. Let's dissect that. We won't leave the prison house because we think it's our protection, as long as we think ourselves weak. And that if you're weak and guilty, because guilt goes together with weakness. Why? Because deep down inside in the unconscious mind, there is unconscious guilt that has not been addressed. And when this unconscious guilt has not been addressed, it expresses, it's not sleeping, it's still creating. It's creating and it's expressing in ways that are likely to look like a defense, likely to look like some kind of protection. Because if we know we're guilty, deep down inside, we fear retribution. This entire story was fully illustrated for us in Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. Now, Edgar Allan Poe was one of my favorite authors when I was in school and I was working my craft of writing. And Edgar Allan Poe wrote a short story called The Telltale Heart. And it was about a man. If you've read it, you know what it's about. If you haven't read it, it is quite the read. And you probably could pick it up, and it might even be out of copyright. So you can probably find it in the public domain. Edgar Allan Poe wrote a story about a man who committed a murder, and to clean up the evidence, he chopped up the body into many small pieces, and he opened the floorboards in his house. Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe was kind of on the dark side. That's kind of why I like him. He was dark, and he was, he was kind of gruesome, right? Some of his writings. And he opened the floorboards and he put all the pieces of the person in the floorboards and cleaned up the blood very nicely, like murderers do, cleaned up everything. And then, as the police were doing their investigation, they came to his house, and his house was all spit, shine, clean. And of course, back then they didn't have CSI, so they couldn't have done any kind of blood investigation or anything like that. They just kind of had to take his word for it, and everything was cleaned up nicely. And they asked, did you see this person? Because last time anybody heard or saw them, they came here to your house. No, they left here and they were just fine, and so forth. And kept lying. And then all of a sudden, during the story, he started to hear a heartbeat, boom, boom. And he couldn't, at first it was very faint, boom, 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 boom. And it was like, what's going on here? And there's a whole lot more to the story. I'm giving you the extreme Cliff Notes version. And sure enough, we do know what happened at the end of the story. No spoiler alerts, the heartbeat got so loud he could barely take it. He confessed. What is this mechanism that we're looking at in this book? Because we want to use our psychology hats. We want to use our critical thinking skills. We want to look at things metaphysically, allegorically. We want to know what a metaphor is, because this is how we deeply understand in spirituality and become masters of what we're studying. that we need to meditate on things and reflect on what is Edgar Allan Poe talking about. He was in touch with something that's very deep in our psyche, the same exact thing the Course is talking about. The Course says that when you are harboring some kind of guilt in consciousness, we forgive it all, we forgive it all, we forgive it all. This guilt is the telltale heart. It's the boom, boom. It feels like I'm going to be found out. It feels like, oh, wait, that's what my guilt felt like. It felt like at any moment somebody was going to come along and the whole thing was going to be up and I was going to be found out for my crimes and carted off and given this harsh punishment. So you can always tell if you're harboring guilt if you find yourself sabotaging yourself, because the guilty do not deserve the prize. There's one thing we know what guilty people deserve: punishment. That's what we've been taught. Now, the Course says that we must leave that entire train. So there's one train, that's the guilt train in the station. If you get on the guilt train, that guilt train has a car on it called self-sabotage. It has a car on it where they're dishing up punishment, oh, harsh punishment. There's a car in there called austerity. You won't let yourself enjoy the pleasures of life and the beauty of life and the deliciousness of life. And you'll tell yourself a good reason why you're not doing it, which will never be the actual reason why you're not doing it. You'll tell yourself because you don't have the money to do it. And that will seem reasonable to you, and that will be true for you because the guilt is making sure that you don't have money. It's going to make sure you don't have money. How do you think I know all this stuff so intimately? I lived it. I did all of it. I was on every train. I was in every car. And then, of course, unworthiness is on the train with the guilty, and it's headed to one place: destruction and then hell, because they're fearing God, and with guilt has to come the fear of God, because God's going to get you back. There's going to be some kind of retribution, and we've been taught about an angry God and a jealous God and a killing God and a warring God and a throwing fire from heaven God, and all of that is on that train. And the Course is helping us understand how deeply brainwashed we have been in that. We were riding that train maybe for decades. We have it down pat. Now, also at this station, in consciousness, you have a choice: heaven or hell. That's hell. Lesson 39, read the line that says, if guilt is hell, what is its opposite? I would like to know that, because I was on that train going back and forth trying to find peace, and I was guilty as hell. And yes, I was in hell. If guilt is hell, what is its opposite? Please show me the opposite. And now, here in your consciousness, you also have another train. This train is called the train of peace. Peace. You get on this train and you understand that you are not guilty, you're holy. You understand that you are not shameful, you are innocent. You are completely innocent of all charges. You're holy, you're one with Source and one with everyone, one with all, and that you don't sin. On the other train, there was a big car called Sin, a big red car saying all the sinners are in here and unworthy of even the slightest modicum of compassion. No, on this train, we have mistakes. You made a mistake. What does a mistake call for? The Course says the only thing you require is correction, not beaten down, not deprivation. You're not getting your dessert because you wasn't a good girl or boy. And all that stuff is still in the psyche until we get all that stuff out. It's still in there. And we don't know it's in there. It's why we come to A Course in Miracles every morning, so we can find out, oh my goodness, all that stuff is swirling around in my consciousness. Yesterday we talked about the inner murderer. Something's in me right now plotting my demise, but first it's going to punish me. What is going on in my own mind? I thought other people were doing it. No, you're doing a grand job of doing yourself in. You don't need other people. because each other person is doing a grand job of doing themselves in. And every so often they attack you or you attack them or they attack you and you get some vengeance and retribution on them. We're not playing that game anymore. The retribution is on the other train. On the peace train, you only require a correction. The universe only corrected you. It never punished you. Well, this is my punishment. This is my just desserts because I know I shouldn't have done that. No, your mind is doing that. By grace I live, by grace I am released. Your mind is doing that. Your mind is punishing you. And it says in the course lesson that if we refuse to recognize it, we refuse to recognize the truth, that we've been given everything, then we're not entitled to all of our lower protestations and our resistance. You're not entitled to being mad at God because God gave you everything and you refuse to accept it. You refuse to recognize it. So let us understand that we will live in a prison house because of guilt. Now, I never knew that until I started studying the Course in Miracles. I never felt guilty. I didn't really, I did feel guilty a lot. Let me not say I didn't feel guilty. I didn't know that guilt was such a big problem for me. Because you would have, I wasn't guilty all the time. I would have waves of guilt. Oh yeah, your mind bring up something that you did in February of 19 nevermore. And then next thing you know, oh, I feel guilty. I shouldn't have done that. Yet you're in the middle of watching a beautiful play and you're having so much fun. Why did your mind bring that up? You're in the middle of a lovely drive through the countryside. Why did your mind bring up something that you're guilty about? Because it's in there and it's living and it's alive. Until we go in and melt it and clear it all with forgiveness. Forgive myself. Oh, I forgive myself for doing that. I forgive. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. The best cleanup that we know of is forgiveness. It's a ladder. It takes you to the place where you know that you don't have anything to forgive because you see that nothing was wrong. And you see that nothing should have not happened. And you see that everything is for you. And you see that you are the grand architect of your life. And you see that as a great consciousness that you chose a body and you chose certain things that would happen in this body. You're a great consciousness. And maybe some of the things came as a surprise to help us change our mind. When you begin to truly understand your strength, not your weakness, your strength, freedom will come to you. Freedom from guilt, freedom from shame, freedom from all the children of shame. Do you know a child of shame is littleness? Walking around littler than you need to be on the planet because we feel there's something wrong with us. Hiding, won't come out the broom closet as a witch because of shame. I think I'm doing something wrong. God doesn't love me. All these low-level energies in our consciousness must be eliminated, disintegrated to nothingness. That's your job. That is the great work. Turning yourself from lead into gold. It is called alchemy. That's your job. That's all your job is. And as you alchemicalize the lower energies, it's all energy, the energies of guilt, the energies of shame, the energies of attack, of sin, of retribution, of vengeance, of anger, resentment, they don't like me, unworthiness, something's going to get me, self-sabotage. Oh, so much. All of it is just some form of fear of God, fear of your own power, all of it. As we take these, we are masters, and we take these energies and we alchemicalize them, and we turn the energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. We transmute the energy. It doesn't say that the way you turn lead to gold in the alchemical process is not toss the lead and go buy some gold. No, It turns lead into gold by a process. What does that mean? It means that we are taking those energies in our consciousness and we're reforming and transmuting the energy. We are raising the vibration at which we are calibrated every day. Keep raising it. Therefore, the lower level energies will fall away. We can ask the angels as we forgive and release the energies if we don't know how to transmute them yet. All good. You don't have to transmute them. Ask the angels for help. Angels, please, can you transmute? I ask them for help all the time. Can you transmute this energy? And they've never said no to this question. This is a very specific question. I am now in a process to release guilt. Can you take this guilt energy and transmute it into energies that are more beneficial to the universe at large? The universe doesn't need another ounce of a drop of guilt from my consciousness. The universe doesn't need another ounce of hate from my consciousness. So as I clean my consciousness, as you clean your consciousness, we're cleaning one and the same consciousness. It's a big pool of consciousness. We're cleaning up the whole pool. And because when you clean up your prison and break free of it, people around you, people who love you, people who don't even see you, people who are on the other side, because this is an energy game we're playing, they feel a release somewhere in the force, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I sense a change in the force, a disturbance in the force. Why? Because he was tuned in, a master. And you can sense, greater freedom on the planet. Greater peace on the planet. And you're doing your work quietly while some people are yelling in the streets, asking for freedoms they already have. Please don't go to a protest to get some freedoms that you already have, and in the mind have not recognized that you have the freedoms. It's not fully recognized. You're already free. You don't have to go to the White House and ask somebody to free you. You're already free. Now get up and do what a free person would do. A free person would create a different world. A free person would get to create it. A free person doesn't protest what somebody else is doing. You never see me protest anything anybody does. Do what you like. I know what I'm doing. And I know the part that God, I don't know what God's doing. I know the part that I'm supposed to be doing in the God plan in this moment. This, to free all minds. You don't have to concern yourself with what other people are doing. Concern yourself with what you're doing. In the 70s, when I was in high school, there was a protest. And I remember I wanted to go to that protest just because I'm nosy and super curious, and I wanted to find out what it was all about. It was a burning bras thing, because that's what we used to do in the 70s. We used to take off our bras and throw them into a big trash pile and make it into a bonfire. It was part of the women's lib movement. We love women's liberation. We love it. We love it. Break off the shackles, get rid of the patriarchy, They used to burn women, and now we burn bras. So it was really, really interesting, and I wanted to go. And I kind of sort of hung out at the fringes of it because I didn't really want to be like in the middle of it, because if my mother found out, who was a Jehovah's Witness, because we don't participate in anything of the world, quote unquote, right? It was very fascinating that they were not making a statement to a president. They didn't have signs going picketing. Now, yeah, a lot of the women's movement and women's liberation, they did have signs. I'm not going to say they didn't. This particular burning bras things was very fascinating, because that's a statement of personal liberation. That's not a statement of asking somebody to do something for you. It's like, this is what I'm not doing anymore, or this is my statement of I'm over it. The world must thank you when you offer it release from your illusions. The world must thank you when you offer it release from your illusions. Yet don't go around thinking that you're going around saving the world. You're saving yourself, and the world is saved in it. And then as you save yourself, Spirit will tell you what to do for the world. Write your story in a book, lead a retreat, have a coaching practice, do energy healing sessions, create a retreat center, create a spiritual center, create a meditation room, a meditation space. I'm being interviewed by the Bronx Witch on her podcast, and it is so incredible. If y'all have never heard of Bronx Witch, and she sent me this incredible email. You know, we get tons of emails, and Kaneza, my assistant, goes through all the emails because we get tons of emails, and a lot of them. Would you look at my stuff? You know, some of the emails, they look like a kindergartner wrote it. And then you get these emails that are just so well put together. Hello, my name is so and so. Here's what I noticed about you. I noticed you. I love how you do such and such. Here is an introduction email. I can count them on one hand. 20 emails, one or two will be spectacular. And those are the ones we work with. The other 18, they don't even get a response. They just go straight into delete, or some just go in spam. You know, a CEO of a new platform might reach out and say, you know, I noticed your audience and I noticed your engagement, and we like your channel and we like what you stand for, and you might be aligned. And then I look at it and say, maybe we are aligned. And hey, if you want to open an account in beta mode, and then, you know, we're growing. Applaudable is one of those. The email is just so good. And Applaudable is a new social media platform coming out. I really like their ideas. I like the approach they did. I liked how they carried it, a high vibration. And then we found out in Ascension that Applaudable also had an early investor program. Applaudable may be bigger than Instagram and Facebook. And if you invested in Applaudable, you know about it if you're in Ascension and if you were following along in Ascension. Now, if you weren't paying attention, you don't know nothing about it. It is in your course. So and so I invested in Applaudable as well. So when you look at the Bronx Witch and how she laid out this email, and she said, and this is who I am, and you can find us on Instagram here, and you can find me on YouTube here. And she's directed me to her YouTube channel. And then she said, and this is the Bronx Witch. This is our spiritual center in New York. And I'm looking at this spiritual center. It has the reading room. You can rent out a table for the day and study. If I was in the Bronx, I would be there every day. It has a bodega. You can buy your herbs. It has a relaxation room. You can lay out and relax. It has a little book room where you can, it's a take one, leave one book experience. Take a spiritual book, leave a spiritual book. I'm looking at this like, this Bronx Witch, and I had seen her center before on social media, because in the witchy community, I love to see what all the witches are doing. Some have crystal stores and some have meditation spaces. And we're going to that crystal shop in Atlanta that is just so amazing. We were talking on Instagram about, I'm doing an event at your place, because this crystal loft is called the Crystal Loft in Atlanta. I got so many witchy places to go to when I come to the United States. The Bronx Witch created this incredible space. And it's not a huge space. She made the most of the space. It's not this like big, huge building. Maybe you don't have to get a big, huge building. Maybe Spirit is telling you, get an apartment and create the rooms to be something. Get a house and create the rooms to be something. You don't have to have some palatial. That's not how Spirit is going to tell you to change the world. You're going to start with what you have right now. That's what you're going to start with. You're going to start with what you have. And wow, I see so many people doing that. And you can do it too. Or if you're already doing it, you can take it to a whole nother level. The world must thank you when you offer it release from your illusions. Yeah, your thanks belong to you as well. For its release can only mirror yours. The release of the world is mirroring your release, beloved. Your gratitude is all your gifts require. Your gratitude. It says your gratitude, you being grateful for you, that they may be a lasting offering of a thankful heart, that you're thankful released from hell forever. A thankful heart is released from hell forever. A thankful heart. Is it this you would undo by taking your gifts because they were not honored? You did something for someone, they didn't honor it, and so you went back into withholding and withdrawing? No, we don't do that. We went back into hell? No, no, no. We don't need the thanks, the accolades, the attaboys of the world. If we receive them, wonderful. Why? Because we have our own gratitude. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Because you have your own thanks. Yes. Because you know that a thankful heart is released from hell forever. Yes. I'm thankful. Ooh, ho'oponopono me, baby. Please forgive me. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm talking it to myself. I love you, Valerie. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I thank you. You know, I watch my videos sometimes and I look at things on the and we were doing the editing of the Ash Ruiz videos. So good. It's so good. It's so good. If you haven't seen Ash Ruiz yet, oh my God, Menudo, former member of the former boy band Menudo, international sensation out of Puerto Rico, and Latin boy band all over the world. Sort of like the Jackson Five of the Latin world. And now he leads monthly ayahuasca. He's engages monthly ayahuasca retreats in Boulder, Colorado. And when I was looking at the interview, of course, I was marveling at Ash, and I was also thanking myself. Valerie, thank you for doing that. Thank you for interviewing him. Thank you for saying yes to The Witch. So you could say yes to this book. So you could say yes to being with these incredible authors. So you could say yes to Level Up Spirit has given you. There has been I have so much to write in the book, but we all only have a certain amount of pages. You can't write 100 pages in a book. That's an anthology, right? I have I have so much to write in this book that we're writing together. ACIM, Astonishing Stories of Transformation from a Year in a Course in Miracles. Spirit has up-leveled me and put me in contact with so many people because we committed to doing this every day. Don't think this every day won't up-level your life in ways that you cannot even fathom. You can't even see them coming. The emails you will receive, the opportunities you will receive, the partnerships and the collaborations, the people that will show up in front of you. You don't have to go looking for them. It's a supreme up level. You be grateful for you. You don't care if people give you accolades. You give the gifts. Whether they like it, don't like it. It is you who honor them and give them fitting thanks, for it is you who have received the gifts. You have received the gifts of Mother, Father, God. You give the gifts. As we know, we give and receive. It's one motion. They're instantaneous. The second you give, you receive. You don't receive when the person says, "Oh, thank you." You receive when you give. Now, whether they say thank you or not, completely up to them. They cannot say thank you. They cannot like it. All of that is well within their purview to do. It does not matter if another thinks your gift's unworthy. It doesn't matter. All the comments from the crazy Christians, the ones who are not crazy, we love you, Christians. Thank you for engaging in an intelligent conversation. For all the toddlers and kindergartners and all those people, it doesn't matter. It does not matter if another thinks your gifts unworthy. In his mind, there is a part that joins with yours in thanking you. There is a part of his mind that is joined with your mind. It does not matter if your gifts seem lost and ineffectual. Doesn't matter. They are received when they are given. When you gave it, they were received. Stop looking for thanks. Stop looking for some kind of sign. Am I doing it right? Am I what? Write the book. Boom, done. Write the next book. Write the next book. I'm writing. Look, if someone bought Spiritual Badassery, I'm super happy. When I created spiritual badassery and gave it to the world, I was like, ah. Now, of course, I'm going to be like, ah, as people buy it and use it and create it and love it and all of that. Yes, the gift instantaneous. Before I read one review on Amazon, before I make one sale, the gift was given and received to myself. You're not writing these books for other people. You're not creating the retreat center for someone else. You're not creating all of this for other people. You're creating it for you. In your gratitude, are they accepted universally and thankfully acknowledged by the heart of God Himself in your gratitude? Your gifts are accepted universally. In your gratitude, your gifts are accepted universally, universally, universal. You have universal acceptance. You're like carte blanche. You can go everywhere. Universal acceptance. In your gratitude, in my gratitude, and thankfully acknowledged by the heart of God Himself. Your gifts are acknowledged by the heart of God itself. What more do you need? Do you really need a human to say something? And would you take them back when He has gratefully accepted them? No, I would not. God blesses every gift you give to Him, and every gift is given Him because it can be given only to yourself. Breathe and really let that sink in. All the rings you bought, all the flowers you bought, all the chocolates you bought, all the Valentine's Day gifts, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts. We thought we were giving them to other people. You gave them to yourself, which means you gave them all to God. And they were appreciated, regardless of what the human said. Remember the line, it says, it does not matter if another thinks your gift's unworthy. And what belongs to God must be His own. Yet you will never realize His gifts are sure, eternal, changeless, limitless, forever giving out, extending love, and adding to your never ending joy while you forgive, but to attack again. We got to forgive and let it go. Forgive and let it go. Forgive and let it go. How? Because that's how you realize the gifts of God are sure, eternal, changeless, limitless. The gifts of God are limitless. Just keeps giving and giving and giving and giving, forever giving out, forever. It's a fountain. Extending love, forever extending love, and adding to your never-ending joy. You have never-ending joy, never-ending joy, never-ending joy, baby. Withdraw the gifts you give, and you will think that what is given you has been withdrawn. It's simultaneous. If we withdraw that, we've created a contraction in the universe where there is none. It will only exist in our minds, not in ultimate reality. But learn to let forgiveness take away the sins you think you see outside yourself. This one ain't right. This one need to do this. You need to do that. Stop doing that. These people over there, they wrong. These people over here, they ain't got it right. Learn to let forgiveness take away the sins you think you see outside yourself. And you can never think the gifts of God are lit but for a little while, before He snatches them away again in death. For death will have no meaning for you then. Forgive and death has no meaning for you. Forgive and stop seeing sins, and nothing else will be a concern for you. You'll be in the never-ending joy. You'll be out of the prison. And with the end of this belief is fear forever over. With the end of the belief that death has no meaning, that death has meaning, ending that belief, and ending the belief that God gave you the gifts, but in the end, God is just going to take you. God is just going to take you out. Okay, God's going to send the grim reaper. Oh, God wanted them in heaven with them. That's why God took them. God took our baby. God didn't take anything. God doesn't take. God is the infinite givingness. That is all. Thank yourself for this, for He is grateful only unto God, and He gives thanks for you unto Himself. To everyone who lives will Christ yet come, for everyone must live and move in Him. Christ, they won't all call it Christ. Don't insist that people call it any one particular word. We can say to everyone, love will come. His being in His Father is secure because their will is one. Their gratitude to all they have created has no end, for gratitude remains a part of love. See, you won't have a problem with other people if we live in this manner. You won't have a problem with atheists. You won't have a problem with Christians or Muslims, or you won't have a problem with witches or wizards or warlocks. You won't have a problem with any, or sorcerers. You won't have a problem with anyone when you live this way. Thanks be to you, the Holy Son of God. That is you. For as you were created, you contain all things within yourself. And you are still as God created you. Remember that course lesson. Remember that idea. I am as God created me. Love created me like itself. Nor can you dim the light of your perfection. You can't take away your perfection. You can't even dim the light of God that is your perfection and that is your holy self. You can not believe it. You can look away from it. You can act like it's not there. You can refuse to recognize it. You can refuse to accept it. You cannot change the light of God in any way, not even in the slightest iota. In your heart, the heart of God is laid. In your heart is the heart of God. When you're thanking God, you're thanking yourself. You and God are one. We're one with the God, is one with our source. All consciousness is one. Consciousness doesn't have delineations, separations. Consciousness is consciousness. He holds you dear because you are himself. You are God. That's why God holds you dear. Just like you hold your children dear. They came from you. All gratitude belongs to you because of what you are. Gratitude doesn't belong to you because of what you did. Gratitude doesn't belong to you because of how you think or how you roll or what clan you're in or who you were born to, that you were born to royals, or you were born, as in the case of the royal family, or that you were born into money, as in the case of the, America, or you were born to famous people. That's not why gratitude belongs to you. Gratitude belongs to you because of what you are. Get that? Not what you do. Because of what you are. And whenever we look at people, we must remember what they are and not look at what they're doing, because what they're doing could look rather strange. And even as they're doing it, we remember what they are, because we remember what we are. Give thanks as you receive it. Be you free of all ingratitude to anyone who makes yourself complete. Be free of any ingratitude to any and all people. And from this self is no one left outside. Your holy self, no one is left outside of your holy self. Give thanks for all the countless channels which extend this self. Give thanks for all the countless channels which extend this self. Give thanks. All that you do is given unto him. All that you do is given unto God. All that you think can only be his thoughts, sharing with him the holy thoughts of God. All your thoughts are the holy thoughts of God that you think with him. Those are thoughts, capital T thoughts. The other thoughts, they're not thoughts at all, they're nothing. Earn now the gratitude you have denied yourself. When you forgot the function God has given you, give yourself your own gratitude. You earned it. But never think that he has ever ceased to offer thanks to you. Don't think that God isn't thanking you as you're thankful to God. They never told you that in church, and never will. It can be but my gratitude I earn. Yesterday, we learned, we deepened into the idea, it can be but myself I crucify. In lesson 197, it can be but my gratitude I earn. That is A Course in Miracles, lesson 197. Black women stand up. I think you're in New York, right? Black women stand up. I'm going to show you right now the Bronx Witch, because I was so touched by what she had created I'm going to bring this witch up right now. I was so touched by what she had created that I mm. She calls it HQ, the headquarters, Bronx Witch headquarters, a workspace, a workshare space for readers, healers, and mystics. You can actually rent a space there to see your clients. Here's the headquarters, Bronx Witch headquarters. And here's shop. You can, here is the space. Look at this beautiful space. And I'm thinking in my mind, what would prevent someone? Now she received the vision. Obviously, she received the vision. You can even take a tour. Are you all seeing this? Are you seeing the Bronx Witch on my screen? I just want to make sure that you all are seeing this. Let me know. Do you see it, family? The Bronx Witch. And if you're in the mods, if you could add to the top of the room, bronxwitch.com, bronxwitch.com as a link. If you could, thank you, thank you. Oh, not now. Okay, before you saw it. Okay, very good, because I flipped over. Okay, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad you're seeing it. Here is, you can read, you can study, you can meditate, and you can even provide spiritual services to your clients in a full service space. Appointments only, which means that if you are a tarot reader and you're in New York and you say, well, I don't have anywhere to do my tarot readings, yes, you do. If you are in New York and you say, or you're passing through New York, I would rent it out passing through. If you're traveling around, we need more spaces like this where readers can go, energy healers can go. What about people who don't have their own space? What about people who desire to expand? What about people who are traveling, nomading like me all around the world? What if there was a space like this in every city? Wow, where you could go as a tarot reader and read tarot for your clients in that city. What about if there was a place where you could go do massages for your clients in a private space in that city? I just loved it. I just loved it. The coven, and I didn't look at the coven yet, and the coven merch and whatnot, the Bronx Witch. So cute. Oh, they even have the little baby stuff. So super cute. And it really got me to really, it's bronxwitch.com. And then she also has a store. And here's about Bronx Witch, and there she is. It's Bronx Witch, baby. There is Bronx Witch. And you know what I love? She's wearing the modern witch hat because we have a new witch hat now. We call it the modern witch hat because, now we had to revamp witchcraft for the modern witch. So she also asked me to be on her podcast, and she has a new podcast coming out. Please, this is high vibration realness. Bronx Witch is real because you have a lot of people that want to be it. I have a lot of people on Instagram, they want to be it. You cannot create what she has created without an inner foundation that supports these creations. That's why a lot of people can't create things, especially can't create things for the community, for the witchy community, for the magical community. We can't create these kinds of things because we don't have a solid, rock solid inner foundation. There's a foundation in consciousness on which the books rest, on which Christian witches rest. Spirit cannot get you to do big, epic things in the world because we don't have the inner foundation. So here she is with her tarot cards. And here she is with her modern witch hat. I have one too because I had to get one. When you come with us to Salem in February, not February, we'll be in Peru in February. And when you come with us to Salem in the fall equinox 2022, we will be in Salem, New York for our ritual. And then we're taking a road trip to Salem, Massachusetts. You can get the modern witch hat in all the colors. Well, I don't know about all the colors. They have several colors. Because last time I was in Salem, the modern witch hat was everywhere. I have a modern witch hat. This is called the modern witch hat. Okay, we took the point down a little bit. We kind of sculpted it. We kind of trimmed it down, and you can wear it anywhere. And I tell you one thing, I wore it in all the stores, and people were just so delighted. They were so delighted when they saw me with the modern witch hat. Sometimes when you see people and you're wearing the typical, the traditional witch hat, really tall, really pointed, really huge brim, really like it's like a cone. I use it as like a conduit of energy. Uh, when people see that, they varying reaction. Some people are afraid. Yet if you do it in a place like Salem, they love it and they expect it because they come to Salem for witch sightings because Salem is witchy. The Bronx Witch, check her out. That's what happens when you know that you're here to do something great. And when you're doing it, that's what it looks like. It's not going to look the same for you. You're going to open a spiritual center. You're going to open a retreat center. You're going to have a fill in the blank, a healing practice, a tarot practice. You already have it. Now you're expanding it to serve even more people. And yours will look like no one else's. That's why you cannot take instruction from someone on what your space is going to look like. You can tell she took her instructions from within. Okay? Kathy, I was thinking of a cultural center, spiritual space like this in my country. Yes. It's a yes. Do it, family. It's a yes. And you'll know how to do it. And you'll be stepped through doing it. And you'll have all the resources for it. Because what I find a lot of people do is they go around begging for money. I want to start a center and I don't have the money. And can you get the money? And come on, we got to get this center together. Come on, can you make some money? And come on, can you volunteer? That's a lack energy I stay away from. I stay away from that lack energy. When spirit does it, spirit gives everything for it. Where there's a vision, there's a provision. And when you are tasked with something by your own higher self that you would love to do, you would love nothing more than having a retreat center. If you're tasked with having a retreat center by your own higher self, your own self. Remember, yourself is the will of God. There's no God in the heaven keep trying to tell you what to do. We keep saying this. There's no God in heaven telling you what you have to do. You don't have to create a retreat center. You get to create it because you want to. That's the willingness. Nothing says you have to do it. You can do it if you get to write that book because you have willingness. Yes, you get to create that incredible center where people come and you honor. It's a multicultural faith space where people come from all over and they can absolutely love that you celebrate all the spiritual walks in this place. No one has to give you permission and no one has to give you instruction. You have all that from within. You know what you're here to create. Get to create it. Before we go to our conversation on YouTube, on Clubhouse, we're already on YouTube. If you are on YouTube and you have not seen Ash Ruiz, Hunty, did y'all see that interview yet? Anyone? Could you put it in the chat if you saw that interview yet with Ash Ruiz? Ash Ruiz. Could you put it in the chat and let me know if you saw the interview with Ash? If you did not see the interview with Ash, would you watch it today and share it with someone who perhaps requires the support of ayahuasca or San Pedro? Oh, Soul Whisperer was great. Oh my goodness. Soul Whisperer, I think that was the most fun interview I have done in a long time. Now, some of them are very, focused, and some are very instructional, and some are just so fun and joyful. Like he's a beaming light. Get that Ash light. He is a beaming light. And we have many more interviews coming to you. Some who are authors, some who are not in this author series. You all are a great team energy. Oh my goodness. It's very interesting, Soul Whisperer, about that you say that. Because there are certain people that just, And when we're together, it's like this. You know, not everyone is the same way. You know, when I'm with Ash, it's just like, when I'm with Max Tucci, it's just like, certain people. And yet, everyone that I'm bringing on all of the, um, that hat, wasn't that hat fly? He is a very bright light, isn't he? That hat he had on was fly. And I just love Ash. I love him. He's the illusion slicer. He is the illusion slicer on Instagram. So, family, catch that interview. By all means, catch the interview. And by all means, we want to see you soon so we can hug your neck. In 2 weeks from today, we'll be in Washington, D.C. I already got my tickets to fly to D.C. first class. Thank you, Jesus. Because, oh my goodness, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for helping me understand in my mind that I need to do things differently. You know what I had to let go of, family? This is helping me a lot. Looking for the cheapest thing. It's the bargain hunter in me. Oh, my mom. Oh, my mom was bargain hunter. Baby, she would take the cheapest thing and make it into something good. It's hard to shake bargain hunter. But this ticket is and when I did the math, like, well, you're gonna pay for this, you're gonna pay for your luggage, you're gonna pay for that, you don't pay for any of that when you come first class or business class. Yeah. And then when I added it all up, it was $50 difference. Okay, $50. I'm getting it. Don't be cheap with yourself. Give yourself your own gratitude. Give yourself your own love. Give yourself first class and business class at every opportunity. Every opportunity that you can, choose something better. Choose an upgrade. Today, choose an upgrade. Don't go for the cheapest thing. Don't go all the way to the bottom and see what the cheapest one is. Don't sort the results on hotels.com by price. I used to do that. I used to just hit price. No, now I sort it by highest rating by guests. What are guests saying? If guests said fabulous, and then I go and I read, you have 1,000 comments, and 80 to 90% of them are, oh my God, this place is fabulous. I love this about it. I love that this happened. And I don't pay attention to the 10 or 20% that say, my room didn't smell right. The 2-star complainers, I call them, the 1-star idiots. I don't pay attention to them when 800 people are saying this place is fabulous. 100 are saying it's pretty good, because some are like, more stringent with their words. And 100 are saying, oh, it's not good. I didn't like it. Okay, you're clearly outnumbered. So, stand up and be who you are here to be. You can be in the book. You can be in Ash's book. This is Ash's book. It's called Muse. You can be in Ash's book with him. And you find that out at sacredstories.com. Okay. Bronx Witch has an announcement on her page about a meetup today at 11 a.m. for the 11th annual Witch Fest USA. Come on! I love that, dear. I love that. 11th annual Witch Fest USA. Let's look that up right now. Dear, thank you. You said it, darling. Witch Fest USA. Oh, there it is. Witch Fest USA 2022. Let's go. Witch Fest USA 2022. Oh, look at that. It's streaming in person. I love it. Let's see what the schedule is. There we go. Ooh, first day, July 15th. Oh, let me see. First day, July 15th. Second day, July 16th. That's today. Oh, it's streaming. Thank you, Dia. And third day is tomorrow, July 17th. Thank you so much. Come on, Witch Fest. Woo, hunty. Yep. Come on, Witch Fest. Do it. Do it, Witch Fest. I love that. Witches Fest USA 2022. All right, family. If you're on YouTube, by all means, we love you. We are so thankful for you. We're so thankful for our new subscribers. We're so thankful for our new watchers. We're so thankful for all the comments. When we go into the comments, I just see so many comments on the videos. The good news is that all the comments show up in one place in our YouTube studio, which is so good, because if you have to go around all the videos, I have over 1,000 videos, and watch the comments, there would be no way we could get to the comments. Good thing that the comments all show up in one place for us. So for all the comments, we thank you. And if you are in this experience with us and you love it, by all means, we love for you to be a member. Members only pay $4.99 a month. And actually, this channel is mostly funded by members. It's mostly funded by transactions. It's not mostly funded by ads, because we don't run a lot of ads on the channel, and we have 0 ads on the ACIM lessons. 0 ads. So if you're here and you're getting benefited, it's growing, support the channel. And if you like to do a Cash App or any of those things, it's below. I don't need your money. I promise you I don't. You need to give. That is the bottom line of it. I don't need your money. I'm about to fly first class to DC. I promise you I don't need your money. You need to give, just like I need to give. So I give to lawoftime.org, acim.org, and all the places I'm led to give to. I give. You need to give. You need to give where you get spiritual food from. And I hate saying that. I promise you, it is very uncomfortable for me to say that, because I don't like to ask for anything, because I'm in the camp with the big S on my chest, don't want to ask for no support. And I had to get broken out of that. When I was in ministerial training school, I had to get broken out of that. I had to ask for support every single day. They put me in a 40-day process. No, I put myself in a 40-day process. I had to ask for support every single day with accountability from my sisters. Every single day I had to call them at 12 noon every day. And they were like, I'll take Monday, I'll take Tuesday, because this bitch is crazy. Yeah, I help her. I got Thursday. I was like, but wait. I ain't even agreed to it. I was so mad. I was madder than hell. I was mad. Yeah, because you like to do everything yourself. How you gonna be a minister and help millions of people around the world, and you do everything yourself? You're gonna do it all yourself. You have a retreat center and make the beds and cook the food and pray for the people. Child, you crazy. You want to be in a mental institution. Sit down. You ain't no minister. Sit down. You ain't ready to be a minister yet, because you think you got to do it all. Oh, damn. I was melting down. Me with my overdoing self. My overdoing self. Oh, my sisters and my mama, my spiritual mother, Reverend Dr. Yella Van said, oh, they broke me out of that. And guess what happened? We were staying at my sister's house in Maryland, because we were going to class in Maryland. And my sister, we were at her house, and it would be like a bunch of us at the house for the weekend, because there were a bunch of us. So we would stay, like 4 or 5 of us would stay at her house. And she had a big house in Maryland. She had a lot of rooms and whatnot. So I was sleeping on the sofa. And my line that I had to say was, I had to raise my hand and say, I require support. Ooh, man, that thing used to dig in me. Ooh, raising my hand and asking for help. No, I'm going to do it myself. I come from a long line of strong Black women. Shut up. How you going to change the world and you doing everything? Shut up and sit down. You don't know Jack. That's how my people talk to me. I like it. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm crazy. Yes, you're crazy. Okay, let me sit down and not be crazy. You know, sometimes you need people to tell you clearly you're being crazy, and they're saving your life, because if you go out there in the world and you do that, you will be crazy. You see me at places, I don't do jack. I sit down and I let people do things for me. I got very good at it. So here we were that night, and my line was, I require support, not help. No one needs help. What is help? Will you help me? No one needs help. Help is you asking other people to do for you what you are here to do for yourself. We can't help you. I don't help anybody. I would recommend that you stop helping people immediately. Support. What is the support you require? Here's the way to ask for support. The support I require is that if you are on this channel and you like what you are receiving, that you can also, maybe you were not aware, that you can also give to this channel so that this channel grows, and it's a give and receive. Even more, we're running ads and all of that to grow exponentially. We're interviewing lots of people. I'm going to be interviewing some people in person. If you like it, you have the opportunity to give. So the support I require is, if you like it, you can give to this channel, right? So already set up $4.99 a month. Plus, because we love our givers, we give you a gift. And the gift that we give you is a book. So here's a 3-step process in asking for support. 1, you must know the support you require. What is the support you require? Not the help you need. You don't have any needs. You need nothing. What is the support you require? Okay, well, I'm building a retreat center. What is the support I require, Spirit? You require the prayer support of people that are in your community, in your coven. Okay, now step 2, ask for support. Family, I require support. Okay, the family then says, what is the support you require? Then you communicate it to them. That's step 3, you just simply communicate it to them. You say, the support I require, and you be very clear in your communication. People cannot give you support if they do not know what you're looking for. And you can get all the support of the universe, and you have the full support of the universe. We've got to understand what you're doing and what you require. And you say, I've noticed that sometimes I get discouraged as I'm creating this retreat center. Now, they're not going to come and create the retreat center for you. That's your job. Would you, as you do your daily prayers, would you include, here's the name of the retreat center, Open-Hearted Retreat Center. Would you include Open-Hearted Retreat Center in your prayer work? And however you pray, in your chanting, you can't tell them how to do it. In your chanting, in your prayer, would you, support the retreat center with your prayers every morning? And I'll write out the piece of paper, I'll put it on my altar, I'll burn a candle, and then your coven, your support system around you. It's called a support system, not a help brigade. It's a support system, a support network. We all need it. And I got an amazing support system around me, and I am part of amazing support systems around others that are doing spectacular things. If you ain't doing nothing, you don't need no support. You're laying on the sofa watching Netflix. You don't need support for that. If you are creating, I promise you, you require support. If the bigger you're creating, the more support you require. So here I was at her house. And then here's another piece to the support. People can say no. If you say the support I require is, I would love for you to give $4.99 to the YouTube channel every month. People can say no. Everybody doesn't have to do that. People don't have to do what we ask them to do. It's an ask. So we get to respect where everyone is. Either they'll do it or they won't do it. And it's all A-okay. You do the same thing anyway, because it's not going to change what I do. Whether people watch, don't watch, give, don't give, comment, don't comment, like, don't like, share, don't share. I'm going to be on YouTube. I got a lot to say. Somebody 20 years from now will watch it, because somebody videos from 12 years ago, somebody's watching it now. It's not going to change what I do. And what you do is not going to change whether people support you or don't support you. The question said that. It said that you are not going to, what people choose to do has no effect on you whatsoever. None. They can support you or they cannot support you. And if they choose not to support you, don't make a story about it. Okay. So here we are at her house. And this was after it had just happened. And I was just stewing. And I remember Reverend Kathy, this is before we were ordained and before we received our sacred names. Her sacred name is Chioma. Chioma said, she wasn't Chioma then, I wasn't Shona Ife yet. We were in our becoming. And I remember we all went out, it was like 10 of us, all white, went out to this restaurant, really nice restaurant in Silver Spring, where school was. And we were sitting there waiting for, to be taken to the table, because there's always a bunch of us, so we always wait, and people always look at us like, oh my goodness, who are these people? Because we're all in all white and all. I wasn't paying attention to any of that day. And then the places that were right across the street from school, they were used to us because they used to see us come all the time. The California burrito place, the Trader Joe's, they used to see a bunch of people with white come all the time, so they were used to us. But if we went around, so different places in Silver Spring, the people that weren't used to seeing us every single day would, or every weekend or whatever it was, they would be like, oh my goodness, who is that? So that's what was going on in the restaurant. I wasn't paying any attention to it. I'm just setting the stage so you can see the picture clearly. And I was sitting there and I was just churning inside. You know how when somebody gets into your stuff? I was churning. I was churning and I couldn't turn the churn off. And to tell you the truth, I didn't really want to. And I still remember it to this day, Reverend Kathy Gaynor. She wasn't Reverend yet. I wasn't Reverend yet. We were still ministers, Minister Kathy and Minister Valerie. We're here to serve the world in excellence. She put her hand on my hand and she was like, you don't want to do it. I was like, I didn't say I didn't want to do it, but I was churning. Everybody could see I was churning. Some of them was like, we ain't paying attention to that bitch. Shut up. Get over here and let's eat some crab legs or whatever. Like some of them are like that. They are, and that's what I need. I need sisters like that. And one, some are just loving and kind and they'll just hug you up and love you up. Some will give you a pimp slap. And this one, she's just always very powerfully present. And Minister Kathy put her hand on my hands and she said, I know you don't want to do it. Do it anyway. And in that second, I have tears in my eyes because something in me opened. And one day my soul just opened up. And she said, do it. And when I looked at her and I heard her voice, I knew it was the voice of God talking to me. I knew it. In that moment, I knew I was hearing the voice of God. And I didn't know where God was going to take me. I didn't know that I wasn't going to be living in littleness. I didn't know how many people that I would have to ask for support from. I didn't know that. I only knew God knew that I had to open up. I had to let that S on your chest go. You're not here to do everything. You got to let people support you. You've got to let yourself be served. You want to serve everybody. But when people come, you want to wash everybody's feet. But when people come to wash your feet, you're uncomfortable. I couldn't receive. My coaches were telling me that you're a poor receiver. My wealth coach told me that, T.R. Becker. Well, the reason you don't have it is because you're a poor receiver. You can't let the universe do things for you. You're uncomfortable being on the receiving end of greater and greater and greater good. Then how you going to have greater and greater and greater good? Boo, you can't do it. I need a tissue. It's all good. Good thing I didn't wear no makeup today. Tears on soul bath is beautiful. I had to let that go. I had to let that go. It was a supreme spiritual exercise for me. Once I let that go, I dived into, Queen Vashti can tell you, because Queen Vashti said something to me that was hilarious in Sedona last year. Queen Vashti, we were in the kitchen and I asked her if she could give me a cup or something. I don't remember what I asked her for because I asked everybody for everything. I let the dudes in the restaurant serve me. I let everybody serve me supremely. Because I'm a prima donna? No, because I fucking know the universe got me. And I serve like a mofo. So it's just me receiving back what I gave. Queen Vashti said to me, you're very good at getting people to do things for you. Queen Vashti, do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am, I do remember that.
And in my mind, I said,
do it.
What'd you say?
I said, and I'm very honored to do it.
Oh my goodness.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Oh.
Yeah, I'm very honored to do it, but I do remember that.
Oh my good. It was so funny because it was like a healing moment for me. Family, if you don't let people serve you. You don't let people support you. You don't raise your hand and say,
I never weird. I mean, I was with you in Mexico when I came to visit you.
Shoot, I was still muted. I apologize. I was still muted.
I didn't know you were talking. Right. Okay.
I'm so sorry. That was me. That's on me. I was muted. I'm just talking on YouTube, but I was muted on Clubhouse. I apologize. That if you don't let people support you, if you are uncomfortable with receiving, if you do not let people serve you, if you do not know how to raise your hand and say, I require support, not from a place of neediness and lack, because people will run from a deficient energy that's saying somehow I'm deficient. No, I'm not deficient. I am asking from a place of knowing that we have greatness on this planet and you can be part of the greatness. Yesterday, I decided I was going to join on Patreon with one of my favorite YouTube channels called Esoterica. And why did I listen to Esoterica all the time? And I think one time I did a thanks, or I'm going to do a thanks, definitely, on his videos. You see the little thanks below videos. You can do thanks. You can say, hey, here's $1.99. Oh, I like that. Here's this, here's that. We've got to get into that understanding because we're getting rid of the old Web 2. The Web 3 is people-powered. It's not ad-powered. If you don't want to see ads everywhere, then that means that we get to support our favorite creators and the incredible work that they're doing. So yesterday I was listening to Dr. Justin Sledge, and he said this: if you support the work on Patreon, he said, here's the vision. I'm going to be creating events, and then I'm going to be creating a course curriculum where I can actually teach this to. I was like, I'm going to be in that school. What kind of money you need? Here you go. When people are doing good work on the planet that feeds your soul, see, Esoterica feeds my soul. What I learned on Esoterica from Dr. Justin Sledge is beyond. And I like his, way of doing things. I like it. He's kind of quirky, he's kind of funny, he's got a dry wit, super smart. He's like a super genius, well-researched, well-studied, extreme good communicator. I like his package of how he does it. And when you find people that you like how you do it, that's why I love all of our incredible members on the channel. I freaking love all of you because you are the wind beneath the wings of this channel. You are. So if I haven't given you thanks enough, I gotta thank you over and over and over again, because that's every month, $4.99 every month. That means that's more than a one-time thanks or a super chat. So for all of you who have ever super chatted this channel has made a huge amount of money. From where? From you. This channel has made a lot of money. From advertisers, one video by itself has probably made about, 5 figures by now. Last time I checked, it was well over 5 figures. One video, the 1 million views video on ad revenue. I love that. And I also love that you find it, that it serves your soul and you choose to give. I love our people that choose to give. I love it. I love it. And if you don't choose to give, I love you just the same. You don't have to give to be here. This is free for all of us. And if you're so inclined, if you're inspired, then we give from a thankful place, right? I give from a thankful place. I'm like, Dr. Sledge, please take my money. Shut up and take my money. When I go to ACIM.org, I'm like, shut up and take my money. Please take my money. Lawoftime.org, please take my money. You're happy to give it. You're happy to give it. All right, YouTube, that's my story for today of how I went from S on my chest, superwoman, strong Black woman, gotta do everything, to willing to serve and be served. As we come up on the equinox, that's the balancing of the scales. That's the equal. That's the scales I was born under, the Libra scales. You can't give, and don't receive. You've got to let yourself receive. You've got to let yourself be served. And you've got to root into the deliciousness of being served. You can't just be sitting there being served and be like, yeah, but you want to get up and you want to. How Many people come to a retreat and I have to tell them to sit down. How many people, Queen Vashti, come to a retreat and I have to tell them to sit down?
Yeah. That come to a retreat and you have to tell them to sit down?
Mm-hmm. Like, in other words, they want to do something. Chill.
Lots of people want to do something.
How did you...
They don't know how to chill. They don't know how to receive it. Yeah.
Don't know how to chill and relax and sit back and let go and let yourself be served. Don't know how to do that. Oh, that plant needs water. Someone said in Dubai, the plants need water. And I was looking like, wow, my conscious...
Oh my God.
They did. They did, because there were these huge plants in the Dubai suite where we were. It was this huge 2-floor suite. Huge. I mean, it had a big pool table, it had a big wraparound thing. I mean, the thing was huge. Huge. It had kitchens. It had like 4 or 5 bathrooms, 4 or 5 bedrooms. It was 2 stories. The thing was fabulous. We had all our events there. You saw it. You saw it on, you could have a party in there probably with 100 people. You saw where we have the Dubai experience, the Dubai Quantum Leap, because Spirit always gives us these incredible spaces to be in. So we were in this space, and in this space, there were these tall vases. They were like huge, because the space is huge, so it needs huge things in it. There were these tall vases in there that were about like 3 feet tall, clear. And in it had water, and it had bamboo. You know the bamboo shoots that grow in the water? It was that. And there were like 3 of them around on the first floor of the apartment, of the loft. Well, one of them that was over in the kitchen, in the living room space, was low on water. And she was like, I understand the care and the concern. And she was like, this plant, they need to put more water in here. They need to really take care of that. And in my mind, I was being with how I do this, how I invest thousands of dollars to go on a retreat. That retreat is $5,500, somewhere around there, like most of our retreats, right? It's going to be thousands, okay? It's not going to be $200. Thousands of dollars, then pay for the retreat. You pay thousands for the retreat, because that's what the retreat is for, because you're going to get something there that's going to be worth millions. Then you invest for airfare. Then you invest for accommodations. Then you invest for food and clothing and take time away from your business to come here. And something in your mind wants to take you to that. It's very fascinating. The name of the retreat is Quantum Leap Dubai. Can you have a quantum leap if you're watering a plant? Unless you're an herbalist or you're a farmer or that thing works for you. That's someone else's job. It has nothing to do with you. This space is created for you to have a quantum leap. We're already now, as soon as we put the date up for Quantum Leap 2023 Dubai, we're right now creating that quantum leap. So this is what it looks like, so that you will be sure you don't do it. People come and they say, hey, I'm a yoga teacher. I'll teach me yoga if you want. Beloved, this retreat is for you to come in, do the work, and go deep in. I think we don't know what a retreat is. You're treating yourself again. You're withdrawing from your life so you can do what? Focus on you. We don't know what a retreat is. I could teach that class. We don't know what a retreat is. And then some will say, oh, I do crystals, so I can do some readings for everybody. Too afraid to let your defenses down and simply receive. Yeah, Queen Vashti?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You know, I think the turnaround for me was, oh, my kettle is going off. 1 second. I'm so sorry. I don't want the loud noise to go.
All good. You can take care of your kettle, and I'll wrap up the YouTube, and then we'll be on Clubhouse. So if you desire to come on Clubhouse, by all means,
Okay,
all
I'm
the
back.
links.
I'm back.
Okay.
I just had it's just flip on.
Okay, sounds good.
I didn't want it whistling in the, you know, it's a whistling kettle.
Yes.
I wanted to whistle so loud. Okay, but my turnaround point, I believe, for me was when we were in Merida, Mexico. And that just did something for my soul, because I remember walking. Remember, we were going to we were going to have breakfast at this place.
Yes.
And we were walking, and I was walking so fast. And I was like, wait a minute, why are you walking fast?
We don't do that here. We saunter.
What are you rushing to? And then just seeing, and you know, when I made that statement when we were in Sedona, like, you're very good at getting people to do things for you. It wasn't in a, you know, it wasn't in a negative way. It was like I was watching this. I had been watching you for some time, because in Mexico, I just saw how just people just fell all over you, and it's because you just give so much of your soul to the, you know, to everyone, that it just circles back around. And that's the giving part and the receiving. So you're very good at receiving now, is what I was witnessing. And I was looking at you like, oh yeah, I want that. It was like, I want that. I want that superpower. So in order to be able to receive in that way, you have to give, because they're the same thing. They're the same coin. So, you know, I've heard this from Master Teacher Dr. G Wood before.
Yes.
When you want to receive, or you're feeling lack, you have to give.
Yes.
You know, when you're experiencing lack and limitation in your life, you're not giving back to the universe in that way. So you're not seeing this manifestation of funds or whatever it is that you're lacking. So this is something so simple, you know, like, it's switching up the game, so to speak, because we thought we had the game right, but you didn't have it right. That little twerk of the game, and just switching it is what needs to be done. So just like if you want to receive love, you loving on yourself so much, and next thing you know, you find that people just loving all over you.
Oh my God. So yes.
That's that little switch. It's just that simple.
Ooh. It is a superpower, and I didn't invent it. I just had to get good at it. Everyone has access to the superpower, right? I didn't make it up.
Yeah, you're great. You're great with. You're great.
After they dragged my ass through them 40 days, through that 40-day process, and I had to, and I honored it. I honored that 40-day process. I smashed it, baby. Every day I asked for support.
You did.
I did. I smashed
it.
Every day.
And it definitely worked for you.
It worked for me. It had to. See, I needed an abrupt turnaround in consciousness. I needed a 180, because the direction I was going in, I would have been a burnt out, broke, and disgusted minister. Instead, I'm a happy, fulfilled, abundant minister. Yeah, I would have been broke, burnt out, and mad, resentful, and not know why. Do you see any ministers like that? Not me. I feel good every day.
No, here in the love camp. You know, I was making a delivery the other day, and the lady's name was Love. Her last name was Love. And I thought about you. I was like, oh, this is the first time in all my years of making deliveries, this is the first person I ever delivered to named Love. And she was very sweet. She really was. Not overly sweet, but it was just something about her that was very calming.
I wonder why more people don't turn their name to Love, change their name to Love, because it gets you amazing service everywhere you go. When you go into the airport, they're like, oh, your name is Love. Yes. They say that in every country. It doesn't matter what country, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Middle East, Africa, it could be throughout the Caribbean, wherever I go. Your name is Love. Yes. They love it. They love people everywhere, all over the world. Everybody recognizes love. I'm like, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. That is what I am aspiring to. It's my greatest aspiration. So let me name myself. Lastly, that night, I'm gonna wrap up this story. That night, before we went to bed at my sister's house, bunch of us at the house. Look how good Spirit is. You can't make this up. Look how good Spirit is. I'm getting ready to make my bed. And see, now I have to law of polarity the thing. If you're all the way on this side doing everything yourself, you got to flip yourself to the other side, do nothing yourself. You need to law of polarity the thing. So if I was just Superman or Superwoman, big S on my chest, I'm gonna do everything myself, and then be mad and be burnt out and be mad because your husband's sitting there chilling and your kids are playing, but you don't know how to play, and then mad at them because they know how to play and they know how to receive. I did all this for y'all. Is anybody ever going to stop you from doing things for them? No, don't do anything for me. You picking up behind the kids. I used to do that and burn myself out and be mad at them because who's the nut here? The kids are playing. They don't care if the house is clean or dirty. The husband's chilling, watching the football game. He got all his food because I went got him all the snacks he wants, got him the food he wants, got all the kids what they want. I'm mad because I'm doing too much. Then I cleaned up. Then I did. Y'all don't appreciate me. Look at everything I did. Nobody asked you to do all that. They're looking at you like, the husband and the kids are looking at you like they're confused. How can you be confused? Oh, take that look off your face. Then you get mad because they're confused because they don't understand why you won't sit your ass down and chill. How do you think I know about all this? I used to be that crazy woman. I used to be that crazy woman doing everything for everybody else, then get mad. Does that make any sense? No. Stop it. Here's how it ended that night. That night I go to bed and I was making up the sofa because I was sleeping on the sofa. She gave us pillows and blankets and everything. And before I went to put my hand on a pillow, I was like, I require support. That became my song. I require support. And then they would run and do something for me. They had to reinforce my new learning. It was like a toddler learning to walk. People had, yeah, you're walking. So they were there to reinforce my new learning. That's the beauty of spiritual community. I want you to feel that. You can't feel that on YouTube. I want you to know that in your life. I want you to look in the eyes of people around you and say, these people have my back. I want you to know that feeling. It's nothing like it. That when these people know that I'm working on telling the truth, that they're going to hold my feet to the fire and they're going to do it lovingly. They're going to be like, is that the truth, beloved? No, it's not the whole truth. Okay, I'm going to tell you the whole truth. Here's the whole thing that happened. I mean, how much love is that? That's the love of the universe. That's the love of God. And you want to be in your house by yourself, trying to figure out all these issues by yourself? It will never happen. Won't happen. You are made to be in community. And if this community fits you and vibes with you, jump in. If it doesn't, find one that fits you and vibes with you and stick like glue. Stick like glue as long as it serves you. Now, if it's not serving you anymore and you've grown beyond it, go to the next community. There's always going to be, just keep yourself in community. Keep yourself in community with people who have the same intentions as you. Not the same ideas as you about everything. Everybody's not going to be the same. We don't, this is not a religion. We're talking about that love you so much and that want your epic self to come forward, that they will be that hedge around you. There'll be that wind beneath your wings that says, you got this. You can't go all the way up high by yourself. And they were around me, and they were fortifying me in that I require support. And then they were rough. What do you want, baby? It was like a baby. And do you know that night? This is what happened that night. So I'm making a bed on the sofa. I require support. And they were crack it up, because then it became a game. Because as soon as I said, okay, I'm going to do it, I let go of my willfulness. I don't want to do it. Turn it up inside. Nobody going to tell me what to do. No, I trying to stay stuck in my littleness. For what? What's it going to get you? Staying stuck in your littleness. But we're going to fight for the littleness because we don't want to be corrected. And it's arrogance, which is really insecurity. Well, so the second is shifted. And then I'm telling you the energetic shifts that occurred. And then I dived into that thing. I cannonballed into that pool of I require support, raising my hand and asking. Because I wouldn't ask nobody for nothing. Ask all the people that knew me in my 20s and 30s. I was the go-to girl. Can you help me with my tire? Oh, let me hurry. Let me get over here. Can you loan me $100? Yeah, but I ain't really got it, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. Can you pick up my kids from school because I'm late at work? Oh, let me go. That would be the first one they call. But then, when you need something, can you turn to any of these people for it? No, they're never going to be able to reciprocate. You are their savior. And if you don't stop being their savior, you're going to die. Because that's what saviors do. They get sacrificed. You're going to sacrifice yourself. You're going to die. That's what's going to happen. But before you die, you're going to be very resentful. And you're going to hate all the people around you. That's what's going to happen. And I didn't want to be on that path as a minister. No, I'm not serving from an empty cup, because I depleted myself doing all the things for the retreat, running around. Did y'all see 222 quantum manifestation? I ain't even do the bags by myself. I called 5 people over to help me. I called, and they ran over Coach Michelle, Zaire, Harmony, and then Harmony bought her lovely boo friend with her, and it was 5 of us there, and we all put the bags together. I don't do nothing by myself. When we got there, and then Harmony took this, and then Zaire took this, and when we got there, the whole thing was already done. I was like, oh, this is fabulous. You wouldn't have thought I was hosting a retreat. I didn't put not one thing on one table. I didn't sage the people when they came in. I sat my behind down because I know what my job is. My job is the spiritual needs of the people. My job is not to make the table pretty and sage them when they get in and drive them there. We had the drivers pick them up, bring them to this. I did nothing at 222 Quantum Manifestation other than the thing I know I was supposed to do. I was supposed to get the tarot decks and the gifts. Everything else, somebody else did it. Somebody else did it. Everyone. And when I walked into a place, I was like, well, she had the things so laid out and fabulous, didn't she? Didn't she, Queen Vashti, when we walked into that place? Beautiful. Somebody said, we thought Harmony did this. Place was fabulous, laid, colors and everything. I even asked her if she would do one black because it was pink. And I was like, can you do one black one for our brother? Because we do have a brother coming out, and one day was sitting on pink cushion. Can you make his, not pink? She was like, yeah, I got the black one for him. She put a seat cushion for our black brother. She did the seat cushions, the tablecloths. The thing looked like, the pictures are fabulous. Fabulous. The place looked like a castle or something like that. It's fabulous. I didn't do any of that. Because how am I going to do all of that and then pray with you, meditate with you, and then teach? That's my lane. Every other lane, somebody got it. Somebody got the food lane. Somebody got the decoration lane. Somebody got the transportation lane. How are you going to run a large church and your You are the incredible pastor of the place. Are you going to be in the fellowship hall cooking the chicken? Are you going to be on a janitorial crew cleaning up the floor? The floors must be cleaned. Are you going to be mopping the floors? You're the pastor. You're Joel Osteen. Are you going to be in the bathroom scrubbing the toilet? You can scrub a toilet. You have no problem with scrubbing a toilet. This is not about that you won't do it. You have the willingness to do it. What is your lane and what is your job? Your job is to be the pastor. When we come to this church on Sunday morning, we want to hear a word from Joel Osteen. We're not coming in this church to see Joel Osteen sweeping the kitchen. What are you doing in the kitchen? We don't understand our lane, what we're here for, and how to receive, and how to know when to sit still and receive, and when to get up and give. If you come to one of our retreats, you will receive a correction if you try to A, serve other people while you're there, because you're supposed to be the one being served. That means doing yoga for people, teaching, doing crystal readings for people, doing tarot readings for people. You can't turn it off. You'll never be big. You'll never be big because you don't know when to receive. You don't know when to replenish and refill your cup. You'll never be big. Spirit will never make you big. Never. We can't, that energy is just a little energy. It can never be big. Second, you will receive a correction if you feel like you need to get up. And, even when we're at the fire in Peru, when you come with us to Peru, we have a fire going, right? Because it's kind of cool in Peru. So we love our fire crackling. And so we sit around the fire. And if you get up and you're not asked, there's a lady there for the fire. But you'll see people I call the lady. Every once in a while, I'm like, if something's falling over and it's right next to me, it's not like you can't touch the thing. And I'm saying it's a modus operandi. How do you operate? Could you set a fire for us, please? Yes, I'll take care of the fire. When the fire is going down, could you bring more wood for us, please? We require support. The fire. Yes, no, but they never said, no, we ain't making no fire for you. They're so wonderful. They're so wonderful. We were in Dubai and we were spending the night in the desert. And he said, I can make a fire for you. We were like, oh. He made a fire for us for our ritual. We didn't make the fire. He made the fire for us. We've got to learn how, if you're an energy healer, a card reader, a coach, a consultant, an author, when you go on a retreat, you turn that off and now you're in receiving mode. People don't turn it off because I know I had the same thing. And wow, them 40 days got me out of it. I went to the exact polarity. I became super good at asking people for things. Super good. How do you think we have all these members on the YouTube channel? I'm super good at asking for support. Hey guys, this channel needs your support. Requires support, doesn't need. We don't have any needs. We require support if you would love to give it, if you love what you have here. It's a partnership. Just like I'm a partner with YouTube. YouTube says, would you like our support? I said, yes. Great, it's a partnership. You're in partnership with the universe. I love you. That's my story for today, and I'm sticking with it. Reverend Valerie Love, ValerieLove.com. I want to see you at a retreat so we can hug your neck. And I want to see you at all the retreats so that we can really support you in that growth that you desire. You don't get everything from one retreat. You're not supposed to. It's supposed to be a way of life. Retreats is a way of life for me. It's not something I do outside of my life. It's how I live my life. I kind of live my life retreat to retreat, pretty much. Make it your life. Make your spiritual walk your life. Make it your life. I love you. ValerieLove.com. Peace.